Okay, so then from there we have the 500 to 549 series. 500 to 549, we have a 5-ton cube truck with a 24-foot box with a capacity of about 11 to 12,000 pounds.
You said 24 feet, right?
Yeah, so we have 24 by 9 foot wide by, I'm gonna say,
what is it?
I'm gonna say 7 feet tall. So what do we have for cubes?
24 by what? By 9 by
7. What do we have for cubes? 24 by times 9 by 7 times 7.
24 by 9 by 7, wasn't that 756? Oh, wait.
No.
Oh, sorry.
24 times 9 times 7.
1512.
1,512 cubes available. So we have 24-foot length, we have 12,000 pounds, we have this. I'm also going to start throwing in skids now. I'm going to go backwards to
Good
the
morning,
1
I'm
ton
John
per second.
speaking. How are you today?
Sorry?
At 6 skids.
Yep.
1 ton cube?
Yeah. And that's a 4 by 4 by 4.
Envelope
Okay, hang on.
to Qualico.
So skids. 1 ton cube is how many? 6 you said?
Yes.
Yeah, you get 6 skids in the back of the cube in there. 1 ton cube. 12 foot long, 4 by 4 skids.
And anybody particular we're going to reach there?
It'll be 12 by 4 by 4, right?
Yeah.
And they're Latin, and we're picking up from Landmark.
And then a flat deck, how many?
Okay.
1 ton.
And
Same.
you betcha.
Same?
Thanks a lot, Mel.
Yeah.
Have somebody over there. Great. Bye.
Now with 24-foot deck,
Okay, hang on, let me put
how you
this
tell
in.
her?
Okay.
See you back here again. So this would be a map of a 1 ton cube.
Move my right side down.
So with a cube van, you can only pull up these back skids first.
Okay, we'll see you guys in a little bit.
Bye.
In
I'll text them through.
a 24-foot van with a map, you are kind of forced to grab one of these 2 first. So if we load it up, so 2 ways. If we have 10 skids in the morning, we have 3 skids one place, we have 3 skids another place, we have 2 skids another place. Our pickups may be like this, and we may actually want to ride them, and he may want to go here to here to here. We may ride them here to here to here, just so that these might be lined up in such a drop way that they're just right down the same street going 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And so that's the
not-
concept
that's
of
not even-
mapping a 24-foot van, 24-foot capacity, 12,000 pounds. There's our cubes. If we have lightweight material, there's the map of the 24-foot van. And one thing I'm just going to mention here, if we have a 20-footer that is like say 35 pounds or 100 pounds, and we don't have a truck with racks that can handle it, we can hand bomb this into that. It'll fit inside there too. Questions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's actually for the truck, the driver to decide how that's gonna go. I mean, it's good for us, the dispatcher, to know, but we're gonna go this trip, this trip, this trip, this trip, and he's gonna take care of how he's gonna map it.
Not exactly. So let's say we had let's say we had a 4 skid order, and we had a 3 skid order, and we had a 3 skid order, right? And one is in the southeast, one's here, and one's way down in Nisku. Now it might make a lot of sense to go here and grab the 4 skids, here to grab the 3, and here to grab the 3, right?
Yeah, but it's not,
But-
it depends on his delivery locations.
Yeah, and the delivery locations, let's say it's all 97th Street, and it's on the right-hand side of the road, and one's here, the next one's here, and the next one's here. If we had such a perfect thing, we might actually go to Nisku first to load it. We might jump out to here to grab the next one, and here to grab the next one, depending on the drop-off locations. It's kind of either or. But one way with that, if you're loading something like that, you're either going to be off a little bit on your pickup, or you're going to be off a little bit on your drop-off. So sort of up to you, you know. So what would determine that? If this one's a rush, you know, we might want to get this on here, this on here. Or if we have a 3 skid order that's a rush, we might be smarter to put it onto a 1 ton, and we're only looking for another 3 skids to to fill him up completely. Or he might have a skid on board there, and then the rest of this we might be able to just move it across down and get it there. We'll go into that a little deeper right now, or the concept here a little bit more. So I'm just going to kind of go to our next truck. So we have the 5-ton flat deck, same thing, except now you have a flat deck, right?
Yeah.
So with the flat deck, again, we can load steel and stuff like that. We can use an overhead crane. We have 24-foot deck, about
And
12,000.
you don't actually have a 5-ton flat deck.
Yeah, well, yeah. So here we have, again, 12,000 pounds, 24-foot length.
Yeah.
We can carry 24-footers and stuff like that. And theoretically, we have a map of that trailer too, with 5 available skid spots. But it doesn't matter so much because you can come from the side with a forklift and pull us off here. So we're not so worried about loading in a certain way.
Yeah. Fair.
So, and then that moves us into our next units are the tractor units. So tractor units are special a little bit. So
We don't have any of those, right?
no, we got 5 or 6 of those. And again, I'm talking theoretics and recording theoretics
Okay.
for the sake of going theoretics, as compared to being totally in what we have right now. We'll go into what we have right now in just a little bit. So 700 to 749 is a day, or 799 is a day cab. Day cab tandem truck, right? So we have this and with a tandem. So here we can put 6,000 kg on there. Here we have 17,000 kg, which is close to, I'm just gonna say close to 40,000 pounds. I think it's like 39.5 or something like that. That's how much can go on there. We have either a flat deck, which would be a high boy, that has a tridem or a tandem axle. Tandem axles can handle, again, 17,000 kg. Tridem with the proper can handle 24,000 kg. One thing we have to start measuring in here is how much the truck weighs. Truck probably weighs about, and this is an interesting thing because the complexity of this is kind of a little funny because we deal with pounds. We're always loading a certain amount of pounds. So we're loading a certain amount of pounds. The legislation is in kgs. And if you go across a bridge, it's measured in tons.
Oh, and an easy conversion.
So it's a little bit of a tricky thing for truck drivers. Actually, it's tricky for anybody because now you have to become this mathematician.
Or you can just pull up your conversion, metric conversions.
Yeah, you can pull up your metric conversion. Roughly 2,000 kg is a ton, I think, or 2,000 pounds is a ton. I know.
2,000 pounds is a short ton.
Yeah, but this is the metric ton.
Yeah.
How many kg in a metric ton?
A metric ton is different. Hang on. 1,000. No, hang on. Hold on.
1,000?
Hang on. I didn't even.
How many kg in a metric ton? T-O-N-N-E-S.
Yes. Okay, well, first of all, so 17 kilograms.
You can just type it into
pounds.
Google, it'll just tell you. Tons to kgs.
I think it's 1,000.
Yeah, just go into Google and any of those, pop it open, and you go tons to kg. Yeah, enter.
Yeah.
1,000 kilograms. So 1,000 kilograms per 1 ton.
So I was right.
You were right, yeah. So bridges, we want to keep that in
No,
mind
but is that,
if we're
okay.
rolling over it. Now, I'm just going to add something here.
is that metric tons on the bridge, or is that short tons on the
Metric
bridge?
tons on the bridge. Yeah. All of our Canadian stuff
And
are all in
tons.
metric.
Okay.
So all our legislation is in metric, all of our speeds are in metric,
Yeah.
and the bridge capacities are in metric. So
Yeah, good.
1 ton equals 1,000 kg, which is equal to 2,200 pounds. Now, here's where it gets tricky here for when it comes to GVWs, right? We got a truck there that has about 6,000 kg plus this, and it's probably about 7,500 kg.
Mm-hmm.
And whereas we can put 25,000 kg on here, right?
Mhm.
And we have a trailer that's probably about 10,000 pounds, so 10,000 pounds is probably going to go 40, we'll say 5,000 kg to be safe. So what happens here is you minus, so here we took this and this, 24,000 kg minus 7,500 kg to find out how much you can really put on the truck.
Mm-hmm.
And this is perfectly displaced weight.
Mm-hmm.
15.5, 4, 14, 7. You can put 17.5 kg on the truck. So that's, again, the tear
Mm-hmm.
minus GVW equals payload. Now the funny thing about this, sometimes you won't get the weight to your front axle, so you can actually move this. This is usually a sliding fifth wheel.
Mhm.
If you move this fifth wheel up, you can start to transfer more weight onto the steers,
Mm-hmm.
which is always the dilemma you're trying to do, right? And again, your limit here on a tandem axle is 17,000. Now back at the trailer here, we got 5,000 K, and we have 17,000 kilograms that's allowed over here, 24,000 kg that's allowed over here, which is how much? How much weight?
Sorry, what did you say?
14 plus 17, so we're at 41 kg, right?
Mm-hmm.
41,000 kg, which if we go to go to pounds is what? Times 2.2.
Mm-hmm. So how many kilograms?
41 times 2.2. 41,000.
4,100?
Pardon me?
41,000?
Yeah.
You want pounds?
Times 2.2.
Screw it, this thing's not working.
I almost.
£94,000?
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, 94,000 pounds.
Alright.
So 94,000 pounds minus
Yeah.
the weight, right? Minus 10,000 for the trailer, minus, I'm just gonna say 10,000 to be safe on the truck.
Mm-hmm.
74,000 pounds. Now, that is if you perfectly place it. And here's the funny thing is if you put one piece here 74,000 pounds, a perfect center between these two,
Mm-hmm.
you might be off, you might want to move it back here a little tiny bit
Mhm.
because you have more capacity over here.
Yeah.
Now, if you took that 74,000, you put it right here, you're going to be over on these axles. If you put that 74,000 right here,
Mhm.
it's going to be over. So there is proper displacement of weight on a trailer.
Mm-hmm.
With the van, it's not so much of a big deal. With the flat deck, it is a bigger deal because you can put it on. And a lot of times with the flat deck, and we can always run to the Flying J here, they have scales. For $20 we can just scale it out so that we don't have to run through a scale house. And you know what, there's a scale house out in Atchison that has an unmanned scale so we can run over it and just check to see where our weights are. If we have to change it, it's so much easier to change it here where we have some overhead cranes and stuff and forklifts as compared to at the scale where we're calling it a crane.
Now I have a question.
Or fines. Fines go up by the pounds. Every 100 kg, I forget what the fine is, but it goes up every 100 kg. Mark, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so bridge capacity, you're probably gonna have some bridges that are restricted weights.
Yeah.
Where do you find that information?
here's the bad thing. You find it out right there at the bridge.
What?
Come out to the bridge, there's that bridge weight.
There's no way there's an app somewhere that will tell you what the weight restrictions are for the bridges?
There might be.
Seriously?
Let's check that out. Let's check that out. We had a guy get charged for going across a bridge, $15,000. And it was given to the driver, not the company.
Bridge weight. How much was it?
I'm just gonna go over these two things here. So 700 is a day cab. So what's the difference between a day cab and a
So the day cab
and a sleeper?
doesn't have a sleeper.
Yeah. So basically, and I'm gonna say that the day cab might have just a little bit more payload because the sleeper might have a little bit more weight on its tear,
Mm-hmm.
but the sleeper has the ability to travel longer distances and have a sleepover here and there and be certainly more comfortable than sleeping in a day cab.